First of all, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so we'll start chapter 4 of geography. Okay, so we are going to start chapter 4 of geography, which is climate. It is a very important chapter, and this is the first part of this chapter. Okay. So we are going to start climate. So till now what we have covered. So in geography, if we say till now we have covered the topics which is landforms, different type of landforms which we have, that we have already gone through. Also we have gone through the physical features. What kind of physical features we are having, that also we have seen. Also we have understood the drainage system, right? In geography these things we have studied. Now if you go through these topics, you will understand these all are the physical and visible things, right? Landforms, visible, right? And it is physical. Physical features, mountains and all. It is, you can see that, you can see the mountains, right? Drainage system is rivers. You can, that is also physical. You can see that is visible, right? So these all topics if you go through, so we have studied the things which are visible and physical. Now we are going to study about the thing, about the topic which is not visible, but it has a great influence over these things. Understood? Now we are going to read the topic climate, which is not visible. You cannot see the climate. You can feel it, you can understand it, you can feel that, but you cannot see the climate, but it has a great influence on landform, physical features or the drainage system. Now how is that? That we will understand in this chapter. Now if you see, for example, I can explain. We have Aravalli hills, yes, Aravalli mountains. We have Aravalli mountains, yes. Now these mountains earlier in past they were very high. These mountains were very high. But if you see nowadays at the present time, these mountains have become smaller. If it is compared to past, these mountains, these Aravalli mountains became smaller if we compare it to past. Now how is that happened? This is a physical feature, right? Physical thing, mountain, and it became smaller. So the reason behind this is climate, influence of climate. Because of the influence of climate, this phenomenon happened. Okay, so if you see, the climate has having a great influence behind all the physical things which we have. Okay. Now what are the things which we are going to study in this chapter? Okay. So we are going to study about the difference between climate and weather. Difference between climate and weather, which is our first topic which we need to understand. Okay, you would have also read about this in your previous class also. So this is the first topic which we are going to discuss in this chapter. Then we have the second topic, which is India's climate. We will also discuss about the India's climate. So when we talk about India's climate, we are having the monsoon type of climate. The monsoon type of climate. So this also we are going to discuss. Okay. So I will start with these two topics only, and later on we'll move ahead to the other topics. Okay. So this is the introduction only, what we are going to learn. So basically this chapter is related to climate. What are the things? What is climate? What is difference between climate and weather? What are the things which influence the climate? All these things we are going to study in this chapter. What are the factors affecting it? All those we are going to study. So we'll start our topic with the climate versus weather. Climate versus weather. Now when we talk about the climate, it is the sum total of weather conditions and variations over a large area for a long period of time. So we are going to understand this definition, what this definition takes. Sum total of weather conditions and variations, okay, which is over a large area for a long period of time. So here long period of time and sum total of weather condition is the main 2 points which you need to remember. Now when I will compare it with the weather, you will understand how it is different from weather and what is climate actually. Okay. What happened to Aman Singh? Aman Singh, is there any problem? Are you laughing or are you crying? I don't understand. Okay. Now weather is the state of the atmosphere over a large area, over an area at any point of time. Now see, when we talk about weather, it is a atmospheric state which is over an area at any point of time. So it is for a short time. It can change any time. The atmospheric condition, like if you say if it is raining, okay, suppose if it is raining, it is not necessary that it will continuously rain over 1 week and all, right? So in a day it may happen that today, suppose if it is raining, and after half an hour or after 1 hour it may be a sunny day. It can change, right? So this is actually the weather. It is not for a very long period of Okay. So it is the atmospheric state which is at one place. It is not necessary if it is raining here. It is not necessary that at other places also at the same time the rain is there. No. Yeah, it may happen that if it is raining in Surajgada, maybe in Kachra it is sunny. There is no rain over there, right? So it is not for a large area. It is at a specific area, at one area, and also it is for small time. It may change at any time. It may change. Okay. So it is basically a day-to-day phenomenon. Okay. It is basically day-to-day phenomenon. When we talk about climate, so weather, if you see, it is a short period of time, okay, and it may change. Now, like this, what happens when, suppose, if there is a place, okay, if there is a place, Africa, if there is a place, Africa, so we are talking about Central Africa, suppose. So we are talking about Central Africa. So it may happen that sometimes a place which is there in the Central Africa, at one place it is rainy, at the second place it is a sunny day. Yes, if we go to some other place of the Central Africa, because Central Africa is a big place, no? So if we go to some other side of this country, we can find that yes, the temperature is little bit lower than the first place. So various weather conditions can be seen, and in one day also you can see, right? But when we talk about the Central Africa, it is near to equator. This Central Africa is near to equator. Okay. So this place is near to equator, and because of this place is having hot climate. Okay, it is having hot climate and it is having heavy rainfall. So it is having hot climate, it is having heavy rainfall. We have said hot climate. What we said? Hot climate. Okay. That means basically if average will be taken, if the sum of the weather condition will be done, I was explaining that when we take the example of Central Africa is near to equator, okay, and that is why it is having hot climate, okay, equatorial climate. So what does that mean? That means it is having hot weather, and that is not, you cannot say hot weather. Weather is for short time, but the sum total of weather condition, if it will, the sum total will be done of that weather condition, the climate will be hot. Okay. So it is not only one weather condition. Weather means it is for short time. At that same time, what kind of condition is there? What kind of atmospheric condition is there? But when we do the sum total of that becomes climate. Okay. So it is a very long period of time. Okay. Now, the same way when we take the example of Russia. So Russia is in the northern part of the Asia. Okay. Russia is in the northern part of the Asia. So when we take the example of Russia, this is Asia. I'm just explaining, drawing a pole. So it is somewhat near to pole. Okay. So this is, so Russia, what kind of climate Russia is having? So Russia is having snowfall. Okay. Russia is having snowfall. Yes. Aman has answered Russia is having very chilled climate. So yes, that is having very cold climate. Okay. That is having very cold climate, extreme cold climate. Also we can see the polar climate. Okay. That can be also said. So you can see snowfall and all. So if you compare the climate of Russia and climate of the Central Africa, you will find what is there. Every time if you say in Central Africa only, we can take the example. If Central Africa is there, so every time it is not necessary that it is raining. Yes, sometimes it will rain, sometimes it will be sunny. Sometimes we'll compare the atmospheric state. Someday it will be hot, someday it will be cold. If compared to same temperature, right? So there will be variation. But the sum total of the weather when it will be taken for a long period of time, the climate is hot. Okay. When it will be observed for a long period of time, it is hot. Compared to Russia. In Russia, you will find snowfall. It is very cold, right? But there also, when you compare, it is not necessary the same temperature will be there every time. In that also, someday it will be extreme cold, someday it will be less cold, right? Like that it will be there. But yes, that is also true. Aman is telling climate is fixed after the observation of 35 years. Okay. So, if we compare to Russia and it is absorbed, the sum total of weather condition has been done. They absorb and they do the sum total. After that, what resolution comes? That Russia is cold. Okay. It is having cold climate. So, weather instantly can change. It is a day-to-day phenomena. But when we talk about the climate, it is having sum total of weather condition for a long period of time. So, it is 30 years. For 30 years, the weather condition more than 30 years. Whatever weather condition a place is having more than 30 years, that is to be the climate. Okay. Now see, what are the elements which affect the weather and the climate? So when we talk about the elements which affect the weather and the climate, they are same. Okay, the same elements are there which affect weather also and they affect climate also. So the elements are climate. So the elements are temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, and precipitation. weather and climate both. So it is temperature. Temperature is the first. Then you have atmospheric pressure. Then you have wind, movement of wind. Then you have humidity. Also you have precipitation. This is actually the rainfall. The rainfall, the amount of rainfall a place is having. Okay, that is precipitation. Okay. So we will discuss about all these elements one by one. Okay. Now the thing is, weather condition may fluctuate. Weather condition may fluctuate within a day. Okay. Okay. So weather condition is can fluctuate within a day. It can fluctuate within a day. But when we talk about the climate, climate takes a long period of time to change. Okay. It takes a long period of time to change. But if you see today, our climate is slowly and gradually changing. So it's changing towards what? Changing in what? It is becoming hotter, right? Global warming is increasing. So it is slowly and gradually becoming hotter. The earth is becoming hotter, right? So it cannot happen in one day. The climate cannot change in one day. So it takes a very long period of time, very slowly and gradually it changes. But when we talk about weather, in one day you can see that it's raining. The other moment or after half an hour you can see that it is hot. There's a sun, you can see the sun. Okay. So it can fluctuate within a day. Now, yes, it can fluctuate within a day, but still a pattern is observed. A pattern is observed for a period of time. It can be week or month. Like this means, yes, it can be sunny, it can rain next moment, it can happen, it may happen, but still a common pattern can be observed for a week or month. Like if you see the weather of now, if you we compare the weather we have now. Now, what kind of weather we are having? We have slightly cold. Yes, slightly cold weather we have. Now, from present day, from present time till if you see February, March, till February, March, we will have the cold climate, cold weather, right? So from now, if we say from now till February or March, we'll have cold. Yes, we'll have cold. But yes, sometime in that also, sometime we may feel okay. So for some time we may feel that we need to put blanket and all. Yes, sometime it will be more cold. Maybe we can only put a bedsheet and all. So like that, the temperature may increase and decrease. In that also the temperature may increase and decrease. Yes, sometimes we may feel more cold and sometimes we can feel less cold. But if we go through that, if we go through these all months, we'll find that there is a common pattern. What is that common pattern? Cold. Cold will be there. It may increase or it may decrease. Okay. The same way when it is summer, when summer season is there, sometimes you may feel really hot. And yes, sometimes you may feel less hot. If you compare to that, you will feel less hot. But yes, hot weather will be there. Okay? The same way if you go to rainy season, it is not that it is rainy season and it will continuously rain. Every time it is raining. It is not like that. So sometimes it will rain, sometimes you will feel cold when it will rain, sometimes you will feel very hot, right? So what you see, yes, it may fluctuate within a day, but still you can see a common pattern. Okay, a common pattern will be there, but it may fluctuate within a day. So I think I have explained this topic. Now, according to this common pattern which weather is having, according to this, on this basis, our months are generalized. Months of the year, we are generalized into seasons, right? So, like this, when we see from October to February or March, or you take November to March, you will find a common pattern of the weather, which is cold. Okay? Yes, it may increase or decrease, but cold, it will be cold. Okay? So, like the same way you have summer, from April till, if you take June. From June to September, it will go to rainy season. Okay? So, like this, if you see, common pattern is there, and on that basis, our months are divided. Okay? On this generalization, our months are divided into seasons. Right? The year is divided into season. On the basis of monthly atmospheric condition, the different months are having a different common pattern. On that basis, the year is divided into seasons. So what are the seasons we are having? We are having summer, then we are having winter, then we are having rainy season. Yes. Also we have some transition seasons like autumn and spring. Autumn and spring. So these are the transition seasons. Transition seasons means these are our main seasons: summer, winter and rainy. And when from summer we are transiting into winter, we are going into winter. In between we have this season. Then we have when we are fluctuating from rainy season to winter, that time also we have the spring season. So like this, these two are the transition seasons. Okay, when transition is happening between two seasons, we can find spring and autumn. Okay. So, as we discussed that we have a common pattern, we can see a common pattern of the weather. Yes, it may fluctuate in a day, but still you can see a common pattern in the weather, which can remain for a week or which can remain for months. Okay. Now, on that basis, months are having some Okay, so in that, as we already discussed, our second topic, India is having, when we talk about India, so India is having a monsoon type of climate. It is having monsoon type of climate. So what is the meaning of monsoon type of climate? That we will discuss in our next class. Okay, till now we only discussed, it is only introduction, and just we discussed what is the difference between climate and weather. So climate remains for a long period of time. It is the sum total of weather condition of a large area. Okay, and weather is for specific area, for one area it is taken at that, in that area at the present time, what is the condition of atmosphere, that is weather. But when we take a large area under observation and then we observe that for a long period, that should be more than 30 years, and then we take out the sum total of that weather condition, so whatever comes, that is the climate of a place. Okay. Also we discussed that our years are divided into seasons as per the monthly condition, monthly weather condition. Also the world is divided into different climate regions. So in that, if we take our India, so it is having the monsoon type of climate. So what is monsoon type of climate? What is that? That all we will discuss in our next class. Okay. So thank you all for today.